Hello, Hornet Land, and welcome to Hornetcast, episode 5. This is Dr. Don, your host. I'm so excited. Our episode today will be on the 4 Bs. And I have some incredible guests with me today. I have, from section 4.4, Juanmi. And I have, from section 1.2, Rafaela. And I also brought from, I don't know what section you're from, but Mr. David Landis, who is our Dean of Student Support Services. And they're here because they are experts on the 4 Bs, right, guys? You guys are experts?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we'll start with Rafaela. Rafaela, I hear that you really like cooking. Is that true? And what do you like to cook?
Cookies.
Cookies! You know, it just so happens that Dr. Don loves cookies. Hint, hint. Do you think maybe next time you cook some cookies, you could bring me one or two? Possible?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. Very good. And so, Rafaela, tell me about the 4 Bs. I've been hearing this phrase, the 4 Bs, the 4 Bs, PBIS, PBIS. What is the 4 Bs?
Be safe, be kind, be respectful, and be responsible.
Oh my goodness, you just rattled those off. Do your parents know the 4 Bs?
No.
Okay, so you're teaching them right now, the 4 Bs. You said, what was that? Be safe.
Be kind.
Be kind. Oh, be kind. Yeah, we did a Hornetcast. Our last Hornetcast was on be kind. Be safe, be kind. What else?
Be respectful and be responsible.
Be respectful and be responsible. Okay. Juanmi, did she get them right?
She did.
100% A plus, check mark.
100%.
Way to go. Good job. Okay. So Juanmi, you're in the 4th grade. Rafaela's in the 1st grade. You guys had the 4 Bs in the 4th grade too?
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Now, I've seen Juanmi walk around campus wearing his basketball uniform because he's a proud basketball player. He also does some swimming, and he used to race motorcycle bikes. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so you've done all these extra activities. Are the 4 Bs important in doing these extra activities too?
Yes.
Yeah, because in basketball, you need to have good sportsmanship and teamwork, because if the whole team is uncoordinated and everyone's just trying to do their own thing, then everyone doesn't know what the other one is trying to do.
Okay, so which of the 4 Bs does that fall underneath, do you think?
You would have to be respectful to the other team, responsible with how you handle the game, and you would have to be kind to the other people.
Okay, so that's important. When you're playing your competition, we should be kind to them.
Yes.
That's important. That's who we are at CAG, right? That's who the Hornets are. We're kind. Okay, good. Rafaela, you were thinking that it's important too. Why do you think it's so important, the 4 Bs and the things that we do, like when you're baking your cookies? Are the 4 Bs important? Why are they so important?
Because if you don't use an adult for help, you can do a mess cooking.
You can, and it would be unsafe, right? And so to be safe, if you're a 1st grader, you don't cook on your own, right? You cook with your mom or your dad or someone that's responsible and can use the oven and help you out, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm an adult and sometimes I burn myself. You have to use the oven mitts and you got to take your time and make sure you do it right. So it's nice to have that supervision, right? Okay.
Yes.
So that's the extra stuff that we do and our hobbies and the things we like to do. Why do you guys think the 4 Bs are so important here at CAG during the school day, in your classes, at recess, in ECAs? What do you think?
Well, first of all, because they keep everything in order, and so when someone is gonna do something bad, you can tell them, hey, remember what the 4 Bs advise for or against that.
Okay, so it's a good reminder. Is there anything around campus that helps you refer to that when someone's having trouble following the expectations of the 4 Bs? What?
There is posters hung around CAG,
Okay.
and you can look at those and see them and read them.
Are those posters everywhere that students are at?
Yes.
They are, okay. You've seen them too, Rafaela. So it's easy to go to a poster and refer to the expectation and maybe talk about it if someone's struggling with it, correct? Okay. All right. So one of the big topics that sometimes comes up in schools is bullying. You guys heard of that before, right? Yes. Bullying, right? Maybe you've experienced it in your lifetime where you've experienced some bullying. It's not good. It's not fun at all. It doesn't feel good. When I was a kid, when I was your age, I got bullied. Didn't feel good, right? Okay, which of the B's do you think is the most important when it comes to not bullying?
Be kind.
Be kind. I think you might be right about that, Rafaela. I think that's where it starts. We need to be nice to each other, right? We need to be kind. That needs to be the first step. What about you, Juanmi? What do you think?
Well, be responsible would also take part in that.
Mm-hmm. How so? Tell me.
Well, they have the responsibility to be good even like during the times where they're getting bullied and react correctly.
Okay, so yeah, that's important. Yeah. So if they get upset and they punch the kid in the nose, that's probably not being responsible, is it? Right?
The responsible thing to do would be to either tell a teacher or an authority figure.
Ding, 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 ding. That's what I was thinking. That's a huge responsibility because we as a school can't do anything about bullying if we don't know about it, right? So if you tell a teacher and an adult, then we can work with the bully. We can make sure that they stop their bullying, that they follow the 4 B's, right? Yeah. But if we don't know about it, how are we going to do anything about it, right? So it's important to report to an adult if you're being bullied. And do you guys have adults here at school that you trust that you could report to if you were being bullied?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Who are they?
Our teachers.
Your teachers.
The
principals, okay.
The monitors.
Good. The monitores, yeah, you could report to them. What about you, Rafaela? You got someone you could report to?
The same ones.
The same ones. Teachers, monitores, the principals. I think that's a great idea. Every kid at CAG should have someone here on campus that they feel comfortable reporting to. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe this is a message to our community and to our families to have a conversation at dinner tonight and talk about who would you report to if you're a student at CAG and someone was bullying you, because that's the first step to counteracting bullying and getting rid of bullying is reporting and letting people know so we can do something about it, right? Okay?
Yeah.
So that's really good. I love how you brought that back to responsibility. That's one of our 4 B's, and we're responsible for that. Kids can tell their parents and their teachers if they're having a problem, if someone's bothering them, and then we can help that other kid out and we can help them out as a victim, right? And that's really important because we all need support sometimes. If we're a victim, it's not our fault. We need someone to care about us, take care of us, keep us safe, protect us, because we want to be happy here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to have fun. Okay. You guys are great. So should we let Mr. Landis talk? Should we give him a chance? Yeah, maybe we should let him talk. So Mr. Landis, I've heard these letters PBIS, and I've been hearing about the 4 B's. These guys have done a great job of teaching me about the 4 B's. Where does all this come from, and why is it important to CAG?
That's a great question, Dr. Don. PBIS started many, many years ago in the United States, and it stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. And the important thing for parents to understand is that PBIS is a research-based approach to shifting student behaviors, adult behaviors, community behaviors within school settings. The research is focused on human behavior and what we know from science about the way human beings behave, particularly how to positively reinforce behavior so that those behaviors become durable or long-lasting or, thoroughly ingrained in the students and how they interact with each other, how they hold themselves accountable, but also, and we heard this from Juanmi, how they interact with their peers and the expectations they have for their friends and the way they expect to be treated by their friends. It impacts the way they think about their athletics, sportsmanship, and it also impacts the way we think about the way we behave at home and how we interact with our parents and our families. A core concept of PBIS is to have very simple expectations. Be safe, be kind, be responsible, and be respectful. Yeah, and those four simple concepts can become guides for how we think about our actions, how we think about the actions of others, and how others' actions impact us. And it's a very simple approach, but it's a very powerful approach.
Perfect. So let me get this straight. I'm going to ask you students, right? So Mr. Landis said that it's a reinforcement system. So we want to recognize students when they're being kind, when they're being safe, when they're being responsible, or when they're being respectful. Have you guys been recognized by your teachers when you have those qualities?
One time that we were playing on, because they just made all the new playground things.
Yeah.
So one time I was playing there and a kid fell off of the trampoline because he was jumping from trampoline to trampoline, but he didn't make it. So he fell and I helped him up.
And you helped them up.
Yeah.
And that was a kind thing to do. Did the teachers that were supervising outside recognize you and thank you for helping him?
Yes.
Okay. Did it make you want to do that again?
Yes.
Okay. So that's kind of what Mr. Landis is talking about. When we do something kind and someone recognizes us for being kind, we want to do that again, right? So if there's a kid that maybe tends to be a bully, but suddenly that kid is recognized for doing something kind, then they're probably more likely to be kind the next time instead of bullying, right? Luckily, you're not a bully, so you're always kind. But we appreciate you being recognized for being kind. And what about you, Rafaela? Have you been recognized? Has it been reinforced by any of your teachers, the 4Bs?
Yeah.
Okay, in your class and at the playground? Good.
Can I make one more comment?
You can, absolutely.
Central to PBIS is this idea of focusing on and giving attention to students when they're making good decisions. So we have the phrase in PBIS that we want to catch kids doing the right thing. Catch kids when they're making good decisions, and then we want to notice them for that, celebrate that, and reinforce it. And what the research says is that if we do this consistently, that the positive desired behaviors will increase dramatically, and the negative behaviors that we really don't want to see in our community will decrease. And this is a well-researched phenomenon. It's well demonstrated in many, many communities. And since we've been starting PBIS here at CAG, we're seeing the same kinds of results here. And in the years to come, I think we will see it even more dramatically.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what we want, is we want all of our kids to be successful. Like these two students who are very successful using the 4Bs in their lives. We're proud of them. They're Hornets through and through. So I think we need to end with that. We need to say, go Hornets, right? Yes. Can we say it louder than anybody else in the whole entire world? What do you think?
I think so.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Go Hornets!